Aswan, formerly spelled Aswan, is a city in the south of Egypt, the capital of the Aswan Governorate. Aswan is a busy market and tourist center located just north of the Aswan Dams on the east bank of the Nile at the First Cataract. The modern city has expanded and includes the formerly separate community on the island of Elephantine. History. Aswan is the ancient city of Swanet, which in antiquity was the frontier town of ancient Egypt facing the south. Swanet is supposed to have derived its name from an Egyptian goddess with the same name. This goddess later was identified as Alithea by the Greeks and Lucina by the Romans during their occupation of ancient Egypt, because of the similar association of their goddesses with childbirth, and of which the import is the opener. The ancient name of the city also is said to be derived from the Egyptian symbol for trade, or market, because the ancient Egyptians oriented toward the origin of the life-giving waters of the Nile in the south. Swanet was the first town in the country, and Egypt always was conceived to open, or begin at Swanet. The city stood upon a peninsula on the right bank of the Nile, immediately below the first cataract of the flowing waters, which extend to it from Philly. Navigation to the delta was possible from this location without encountering a barrier. The stone quarries of ancient Egypt located here were celebrated for their stone, and especially for the granitic rock called syenite. They furnish the colossal statues, obelisks, and monolithal shrines that are found throughout Egypt, including the pyramids, and the traces of the quarrymen who wrought in these 3,000 years ago are still visible in the native rock. They lie on either bank of the Nile, and a road, 6.5 kilometers in length, was cut beside them from Syene to Philly. Swanet was equally important as a military station as that of a place of traffic. Under every dynasty it was a garrison town, and here tolls and customs were levied on all boats passing southwards and northwards. Around AD 330, the legion stationed here received a bishop from Alexandria. This later became the Coptic diocese of Syene. The city is mentioned by numerous ancient writers, including Herodotus, Strabo, Stephanus of Byzantium, Ptolemy, Pliny the Elder, Vitruvius, and it appears on the Antonine itinerary. It also is mentioned in the Book of Ezekiel and the Book of Isaiah. The latitude of the city that would become Aswan, located at 24 degrees 5 minutes 23 seconds, was an object of great interest to the ancient geographers. They believed that it was seated immediately under the tropic, and that on the day of the summer solstice, a vertical staff cast no shadow. They noted that the sun's disk was reflected in a well at noon. This statement is only approximately correct. At the summer solstice, the shadow was only 1/400th of the staff, and so could scarcely be discerned, and the northern limb of the sun's disk would be nearly vertical. However, Eratosthenes used this information together with measurements of the shadow length on the solstice at Alexandria to perform the first known calculation of the circumference of the Earth. The Nile is nearly 650 meters wide above Aswan. From this frontier town to the northern extremity of Egypt, the river flows for more than 1,200 kilometers without bar or cataract. The voyage from Aswan to Alexandria usually took 21 to 28 days in favorable weather. Climate. Aswan has a hot desert climate like the rest of Egypt. Aswan and Luxor have the hottest summer days of any city in Egypt. Aswan is one of the hottest, sunniest and driest cities in the world. Averages high temperatures are consistently above 40 degrees Celsius during summer, while averages low temperatures remain above 25 degrees Celsius. Summers are long, prolonged and extremely hot. Averages high temperatures remain above 23 degrees Celsius during the coldest month of the year, while averages low temperatures remain above 8 degrees Celsius. Winters are short, brief and extremely warm. Wintertime is very pleasant and enjoyable, while summertime is unbearably hot with blazing sunshine, although desert heat is dry. The climate of Aswan is extremely dry year-round, with less than 1 millimeter of average annual precipitation. The desert city is one of the driest ones in the world, and rainfall doesn't occur every year, as of early 2001. The last rain there was 7 years earlier. Aswan is one of the least humid cities on the planet, with an average relative humidity of only 26%. With a maximum mean of 42% during winter and a minimum mean of 16% during summer. The climate of Aswan is extremely clear, bright and sunny year-round, in all seasons, with a low seasonal variation, with about some 4,000 hours of annual sunshine, very close of the maximum theoretical sunshine duration. Aswan is one of the sunniest places on Earth. The highest record temperature was 51 degrees Celsius on May 22, 1973, and the lowest record temperature was -2 degrees Celsius on January 6, 1989. Education. In 1999, South Valley University was inaugurated, and it has 3 branches: Aswan, Kunar and Harada. The university grew steadily, and now it is firmly established as a major institution of higher education in Upper Egypt. Aswan branch of Asyut University began in 1973 with the Faculty of Education, and in 1975 the Faculty of Science was opened. Aswan branch has 5 faculties, namely, Science, Education, Engineering, Arts, Social Works and Institute of Energy. The Faculty of Science in Aswan has 6 departments. Each department has 1 educational program: chemistry, geology, physics and zoology, except botany department, which has 3 educational programs: botany, environmental sciences and microbiology, and mathematics department, which has 2 educational programs: mathematics and computer science. The Faculty of Science awards the following degrees: Bachelor of Science in 9 educational programs, Higher Diploma, Master of Science in Philosophy, Doctor of Science. Over 100 academic staff members are employed in transport. Aswan is served by the Aswan International Airport. Train and bus service is also available. Taxi and rickshaw are used for transport here. Gallery. Archangel Michael's Coptic Orthodox Cathedral, built in the Coptic style. The El Tabia Mosque in Aswan. A view along the street connecting railway station and Nile. A street parallel to Corniche in Aswan. The Lotus Tower near Aswan. Aswan. The Nile near Aswan. Nubia Museum. Entrance.